Well, hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of the Sparklin House. I'm Nate, and I am going to be renovating this really cool house that I'm standing in right now. And so over the next couple of episodes, I'm going to kind of do a walk through the house. So today's episode is going to be about the first floor and kind of the condition that it's in, and some of the features of the house and things that I think are really cool, and some things that I think are going to take a lot of work. So I'm going to try and do this without editing much and just blast through and show you all the things. So I'm standing in the kitchen right now. And one of the cool things about this house right out of the gate is it still has the transom windows over the doors, which is just awesome. So just a quick reminder, this house, we're not 100% sure the date, built between 1850 and 1865. There's some confusion about public records at this point that if we can find a way to clarify that, we will. But definitely a pre-Civil War house, and which is pretty rare in this part of Indiana, which is where this house is located. That's a really old house, period, let alone a really big house. So I'm standing here in the kitchen, but before we get into that, first thing is I want to take you, this is kind of like the back room, mud room. And this used to be a back door that went outside, probably to a barn out that direction. That's long gone. But you can see in here, the condition is pretty rough. There's definitely some deterioration on the walls. These are brick walls, by the way, and we'll get into that here in a second, but there was obviously, stuff added, and we're hopefully going to remove a lot of that and just return this to being a nice mudroom area, and eventually the entrance to the back of the house going into our kitchen area. Before we get in there, over here, there's currently a bathroom. And we're a little undecided what we're gonna do with this bathroom. This is actually probably one of the bigger question marks about our plan at this point. This used to be a door to the outside, and this is what's left of a butler's pantry. So it's, kind of been really messed up. This particular area of the house has kind of really been screwed with. But out here, we move into the kitchen, and you can see these really old, tacky, kind of 50s, 60s, I guess, cabinets. They're definitely not original, and they're really gross. And some old appliances, which are literally, if you can see this from the position of the room, they're literally like, they built this random wall right in the middle to make that a kitchen, and it just kind of chops up the space and makes it really useless for any kind of like hosting or family gatherings or whatever. So we've got our work cut out for us. All of this is going to go away, and we're just going to open this whole space up, and hopefully that'll be much nicer. Right here, we have the old staircase to the second floor for the back right off the kitchen, which would have been cool. It wraps around. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but it actually wraps around and doubles back, and it goes to nowhere. There's actually framing right up there. And what that is that at some point, somebody added a bathroom, and they just decided to put a platform over the top of the stairs and put the bathroom there. On the one hand, that's kind of a bummer because there's a bathroom in the middle of the stairway. On the other hand, it's great because it's going to make it really easy to remove. So I'm pretty excited about that. When this house was built, because of its age, it didn't have any bathrooms. There was outhouses outside, and there's mulberry bushes in a row out there. So very clear evidence of where they were. And so this didn't used to have, used to pass right upstairs to the back of the house. And so we're going to reopen that. That's going to open back up. And similar thing here, these were stairs down into the basement. And they decked this over and made it kind of a utility closet. The house doesn't currently have power, so I can't flip on a light and show you what that looks like, but basically there was washer and dryer placed in there and covering over the staircase to the basement. So all right, so coming off of the kitchen, we've got this another cool indoor transom window. This is the dining area, and this used to have a door here, obviously, and a door there that would have passed into the main hall of the house, and this would have passed into kind of like the in-law suite. Now those are both closed because this was apartments for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 decades. And so they, you know, for that purpose, they needed to kind of sequester off the different sections of the house. This is being returned to a single family, so that's not going to be necessary anymore. I know for certain that there's actually an antique door, an original door behind that paneling here. I'm hopeful that that's the case here. So that'll be exciting if that happens. So this is actually got this partition here that's chopping up that space into 2. It's open at the top, hilariously. But this was all supposed to be a dining area that was adjacent to the kitchen, which would have been really nice. So that's the plan at this point. I think we're going to return this to being, the whole thing to being kind of a dining area, family hang, whatever combination of that this needs to be. It's got this old wainscoting. We're not 100% sure that that's original, but it does seem to go with a lot of the other trim. So I'm guessing the chair rail and the wainscoting has been here, at a minimum, it's been here for a very, very long time. So we got this cool little bump out right here, overlooking the scenic highway. You can see cars right there. So, and there's some landscaping things we're gonna do to deal with that. Things I love about this house, it has the original slider doors with the old hardwood or hardware. You can see that there. Obviously this piece is missing. Don't know if we'll be able to find something that matches or not, but that has a matching set over in the other apartment over here. So once we open this, depending on which side of that wall you're on, you'll see a matching set of those double doors. So that's really exciting. All the sliding hardware is still in there. Currently, we can't open this because there's a closet on the other side. So let's go into the other half of the downstairs here, and you'll be able to see the other side of that. All right, so stepping out here, and here's my new neighborhood, my new neighbors, and this is the little back porch. So got the original shutters and these arched tops, so that's amazing. One other thing I should point out while I'm here is, I don't know if we can see it, but basically you've got this row of brick here, and then the inside on the other side is also brick. So this is all double brick. The walls are about 12 inches thick throughout the entire house. It's insane. And even better, as you look through here, there's really not settling cracks to speak of. There is a little bit of what's called spalling, which is basically a few of the kind of the hard face on the bricks have popped off back here around the corner where a bush was allowed to get too close to the house, but overall it's not bad shape at all. So the house is extremely robust and thick and very, very cool. And check that out. These transoms just are so flippin' amazing. And you just don't ever see woodworking like this. So absolutely incredible details. Hey, there's Charlotte. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, hanging out? I'm showing the people around the house here. Sorry for the sniffles. It is, hey, and Violet too. Sorry for the sniffles. It is 10 degrees right now, and this house has no heat, so it's 10 degrees outside. It's 10 degrees inside. All right, so now we've come in through here in this through this other window or door, and you can see here is that doorway into the dining room. All right, and then in here they've turned this into another kitchen, and again the cabinetry leaves a lot to be desired, and it's not staying. This is actually going to become kind of a den hangout area. Actually, for my purposes, this is going to become part of where Amber and I do a lot of our music rehearsals and some recording work here. But for a normal person, this would be a nice kind of overflow for the dining area and or another den. Here are those double doors here, which the hardware is a little sticky, but we were able to get it out, and you can see, I mean, this is cool stuff, all original hardware here, and very awesome. So I'm real excited to get those out and restore them and get them working again. Here's some of our woes. We've got almost all the ceilings on the first floor are damaged in some way or another. And so we're going to have a lot of work pulling down all of this old yucky tile and fixing water damage.